jump rope rhyme. Everyone has heard the name Lizzy Borden, but does everyone know the tale? The gruesome details of the murder committed. If not, you're about to find out. The Bordens, Andrew, Anna, Emma, and Lizzy all lived together in a tiny mansion in Fall River, Massachusetts. Anna Borden was not the legitimate mother of Emma and Lizzy. Andrew married her after the death of his wife, Sarah. Despite the Bordens' wealth being equal to $10 million in today's day and age, Andrew Borden was notoriously known for being conservative with his money. The Bordens had no indoor plumbing, which was a very rare thing for people of their stature. Their distant relatives had lived the life of the rich, which Lizzy had always admired. Lizzy was constantly yearning for that ritzy lifestyle due to their wealth being her father's. She was never allowed a large amount of money. Because of this, Lizzy felt neglected through her childhood and teen years. This was reflected upon her schoolwork. She was not a model student and dropped out her junior year. It was known throughout the town that Lizzy would often shoplift from the local stores. The shopkeepers would normally bill her father for things that she stole. This caused tension between them both. Lizzy became even more resentful towards her father. Ever since he remarried after the death of her mother, Emma and Lizzy both resentful for their father because it seemed he favored her over them. It was a known fact that Lizzy did not like her stepmother, even as far as to going to ask the prosecutors not to refer to her mother at all. Despite Lizzy disliking her stepmom, she had a very high love for her father. Towards the end of July, someone had broken into their house and stole Anna's jewelry. After this incident, a series of foreboding had enveloped the house. Anna Borden became increasingly paranoid that someone was out to get them. She practically slept with one eye open and talked of a man circling their house in the middle of the nighttime. The night before the slayings, Lizzy's uncle and John Mose visited his wife. They stayed the night in the Bordens' guest bedroom. The next morning, on August 4th, they had breakfast with Andrew and Anna. Lizzy did not eat breakfast with the family, which was a normal occurrence. Emma had gone out of her town to visit a friend. After breakfast, John and his wife left to visit his cousins. Anna asked their maid, Bridget, to go outside and wash the windows. While this task was being fulfilled, Anna was making the guest bedrooms when she was attacked and left dead on the floor. This happened around 9 to 9:30. Andrew Borden arrived home at 11, which is said to have been early for him. He tried to enter the side door, but it was locked, which normally is not the case during the day. He then used his key for the front door, but the key wouldn't even work. Bridget heard this and let him in. Faintly, she heard Lizzy laughing from upstairs. After Andrew got settled, he found Lizzy and asked where Anna had gone. Lizzy told him she got a note from a friend and went out to meet them. Tired from the morning, Andrew took a seat in the living room and dozed off. Soon after 10 blows to his head left, Lizzy was the one to find Andrew. She yelled to Bridget to come down because her father had been murdered. He was lying on his side with his feet out diagonally on the floor. His head caved in and was resting on the jacket beneath. The call to the police was received at 11:15, 10 minutes after Adelaide and Bridget discovered Anna Borden's body. Anna's body was found on the left side of the guest bed. She's lying on her face with her knees bent towards her stomach. Anna and Andrew were killed 2 hours apart. Police believe the same hatchet was used to kill them both since their deadly wounds matched. Everyone theorized how the killer could just hide in the Borden home for that long without going detected. Police at the scene described how it was weird at the sight of her father's dead body, Lizzy did not faint. The people found it weird that Lizzy had gone to her room to change her dress while investigators searched her home. Lizzy was not immediately thought to have done such a brutal murder. People during this age believed women to be more soft and delicate even with murders. It was more common for a woman to use poisons. John gave his alibi, which had a very solid foundation since he remembered all the trolley numbers. And his cousin spoke up and said he was in fact there. Bridget told the police she was washing windows outside and did not witness nor hear anything. Emma vouched for being away with a friend. Police questioned Lizzy, asking her what she had been doing around 9 to 9:30 p.m. Lizzy said she was designing handkerchiefs in the kitchen and dining. During the time of her father's death, she was in the barn looking for lead because she was planning a fishing trip. Later on, she had changed the story and said it was to fix a window. The police searched the barn but found no footprints in the hay. They also noted it was too hot in the barn to spend a great amount of time in it. At this point, it was noted that the neighborhood doctor had given her sedatives to calm her nerves, so she may have confused as to what she was saying. The local pharmacist came forward and claimed Lizzy had come into his store and attempted to buy a poison called prussic acid. He suspiciously questioned her intentions of the acid, and she said she needed it to clean seal skin tape to kill moths. The pharmacist felt 2 people were witness to this exchange and vouched for seeing it happen. Lizzy was arrested and pled not guilty. Despite Lizzy not looking great for her trial, she had numerous support amongst her. Feminist groups supported her, claiming she was being persecuted for being a woman. Her priest believed her to have never been able to commit such a crime. Thus, the church she followed supported her. The trial began June 5th. Lizzy had the best defense team money could buy. This involved George Robinson, who had been the governor of Massachusetts. Lizzy had a calm demeanor during the trial. This held up until she heard the accuser's case. They had theorized Lizzy killed her father and stepmother because she wanted the money. It had made sense, for her father was one of them standing in the way of what she desired for so long. They also used her deep dislike for her stepmother as a reason why she killed her. The accusers also stated Lizzy had burned a blue corduroy dress and that she burned it because it was unbearable due to it being covered in blood. Lizzy came back saying she burned it due to having paint all over it and not being worth her wearing it. Lizzy changing the dresses during the investigation of the murders were also something the accusers put heavy emphasis on. During the trial, Lizzy was kept in a cell and usually visited by her defense team and Emma. An officer wrote in a journal saying how she overheard an argument between Lizzy and Emma in which Lizzy stated, "You have given me away, Emma, but I am not giving in, not one bit." Perhaps Emma had known that Lizzy was going to commit the murders all along. Maybe Lizzy guiltily admitted to the gruesome deed, or perhaps they both conspired the murder together, Lizzy being the brave one to do it. They both had a plausible motive, their father's money, and all of the growing resentment between them. A handless hatchet was found in the basement of the Borden house, its grip broken off near the blade. There was a white ash up all over the blade, which was argued that Lizzy may have cleaned it and covered white ash to make it look old. During one of the trials, prosecutors brought in the damaged skulls of Andrew and Anna. Dismissing Lizzy's distresses, they brought out the hatchet and began trying to fit it within the skulls. The hatchet fit roughly, but it still fit. During the trials, Emma and Lizzy put together a $5,000 reward to anyone who could be known or known. The day of the verdict came, and everyone was on the edge of their seats, being certain that Lizzy was going to be declared guilty and then hung. After very tense moments, the jury came to their decision: not guilty. Everyone gathered together to watch the trial and sat in shocked silence. There was not enough physical evidence to try Lizzy as not guilty. Lizzy and Emma went back to Fall River, and they shared a home together in their father's fortune. The townspeople were never the same towards Lizzy, always whispering when she was around. The Borden house is still up to this day, and it's used as a bed and breakfast. People may stay overnight in the rooms of the house, including the room Anna Borden was killed in. Lizzy Borden died in River Falls, but the mark she left on the town did not.